Hello, students. We will start with our human resource management topic first. In this topic, as discussed in our syllabus discussion PowerPoint, that the first topic is Introduction to Human Resource Management. So, the first point which we'll be learning here is what is meant by HRM. What is the meaning of HRM? Okay, so HRM is like other all resources or other all resources used for production like material, money, then machinery. They are called as 4 M's, right? So men, material, machinery, and these are the resources of production. Okay, so men means a human resource. Okay, now why the word men is used here? Because before World War First and Second and First World War, only male workers used to work. Okay, women were kept aloof out of workforce, and therefore this men word is it was earlier used, and so we call as 4 M's of production. Right, so M stand for men. Okay, so now what is human resource? Actually, it is the total of the knowledge, skills, creative abilities, talents, and aptitudes of organization's workforce. Okay, as together. That means what kind of a team an organization is having, what kind of dedication, sincerity, knowledge, level of intelligence these people are having together. That is called together, they are called as workforce. Okay, or in HR they are called as RHR. Our workforce, our HR is very talented, people say, isn't it? So that way they are termed as HR, together they are termed as HR. Okay, then it is, of course, as I said, it is like any other production resource, it is like any other natural resource, uh, but you have to develop this resource day by day, and this development of human resource is called as human resource development. Okay, so in the meaning, we see that as like other factors of production, if you compare human resource with other factors of production like machinery, material, money. Okay, these are the rest of the three factors of production. All these factors are non-living things. Okay, and men is, or human resource is the only living factor in factor of production, right? So it is the duty of this living factor of production to see to it that he makes use of rest of the factors of production in a very efficient and effective way. That is what the role of HR is being played. Okay, and as I said, that men or HR is the only living factor who is having feelings, right? Because he is a alive human being. Okay, for example, if you ask your machinery, or if you operate your machinery for 24 hours continuously, if your machine is working, at the end of the day the machine is not going to say that I'm very tired, please switch off my button, isn't it? Why it is not going to say that? Because it is a non-living thing, isn't it? But this is not the case with human being, isn't it? Human being will get tired. Human being has feelings like sorrow, joy, anger, all sorts of feelings he is having. So what we are going to learn about human resource in this subject, in this topic, is that we want to make our human resource work satisfactorily, right? Because in earlier lectures also I said that your satisfied human resource is always your asset. Okay, so you want to create that asset. To create that asset, what you want to do is you want to see to it that how I can satisfy my human resource and how my human resource will work efficiently and effectively towards the towards the achievement of organizational objectives. Okay, because the final aim or final goal of any organization is that the organization or the management wants to achieve its targets, its objectives, its goals, right? And for that, human resource is the only medium through which they can fulfill their goals. Okay, so we can say that HR is a very important and a natural resource in any organization. Okay, now as I said that other resources are they are non-living things. They can be bought, sold, they can be changed, they can be moved, you know but human resource is the most difficult to treat. Okay, as I said that people have feelings, they have joy, sorrows, dislikes, likes, grouping, isn't it? So uh, what you have to do is, humans, the organization, the management has to see to it that to make best use of all other resources with the help of human resource. Okay, and why we are doing this? Because we want to achieve our common objectives, right? So this can be achieved only if your human resources working very hard and with full devotion. Okay, then since centuries, or since so many studies have been proved that if you are having a skilled and good workforce, then you will be having a good sustainable growth of your business. And if you want to survive in this competitive world, you require this skilled workforce. Okay, so if you look at successful businessmen, like suppose Jamshedji Tata, Bill Gates, these people are they have come up with extraordinary achievements. Now why they have come up? Because of good teamwork. Okay, and they have achieved these great things which crores of people felt it that it is impossible. But because these people were having good workforce, they work very hard, and therefore they are successful in their life. Thus we can see that, if we find that the potential in human resource is tremendous. Okay, your human resource is having a tremendous potential, but the only thing is that the top level executives have to identify and develop the talents for the bigger achievements. Okay, so at different levels, at different levels of management, skilled people have their role to play in organization. Okay, an organization is made up of people, right? Now which are the three management levels in any organization? Top, middle, and lower level management, isn't it? At all these three levels, human beings are only going to work, isn't it? So what you have to what is the point? That organizations are made up of people, isn't it? And you have to see to it that my people are very much happy while doing their work, they're enjoying their work, and they're coming up with good and best results, isn't it? Because what happens when you are having unhappy, agitating workforce, then these people will create a havoc in the organization. Okay, therefore when you sum up, to conclude, I would say that human resources are the main tools to extract the best out of all other resources, to not only reach the organizational goals, but also to do it more efficiently, more economically, and with less time span. Okay, so if you want your human resource to work very hard and sincerely, what is the responsibility of the management? The management's responsibility is to create a good, healthy work environment in the organization, where your human resource is willingly ready to give his 100%, his best while doing his work and achieve the objectives, right? And where he is ready to take interest in developing the skill and knowledge, right, of himself. That means self development. He must be ready for self development. He must think about innovative ways in doing the things and achieving the objectives, right? So 4 points we covered here. Just we'll take a look at it. The first one is that human resource is important factor of production, right? Second is he is the only living human being who is having all types of feelings, and you have to take care of his feelings. You have to see to it that your human resource will never get hurt by your action or by your words. Okay, then when are your rest of your factors of production going to work, or rest of your resources like material, money, machinery, when are these resources going to work? When your human resource works properly, right? So HR makes best use of other resources. And if you want your HR to make best use of resources, what is your responsibility? You have to create a good work environment where your HR or your human resource is ready to work with full concentration, devotion, and to make use of his potential, knowledge, and intelligence in achieving the goals and objectives of the organization. So, this is what it is called as human resource. Okay, so we completed the meaning of human resource. Now, we are going to move towards what is the background of human resource. Okay, so coming towards the background, that means in this part we are going to see that how HRM as a separate discipline gained importance and what was its role before World War II and after World War II. Okay, so this will be continuing in regarding the background of personnel management, or HRM will continue in our tomorrow's next lecture. Okay, so here I suppose, I hope that HR concept is very clear with the students. Okay, so with this I end with today's lecture, and tomorrow we'll definitely go through the background of personnel management. Okay, so thank you.